My great-grandpa Henry was a Stoddard County Blue Dog New Deal Democrat, and his father was a Herbert Hoover Republican. And they farmed the same land together. On election day, they would always work in the field and in the morning, and then they'd go in and have a lunch, and then they'd take a bath and put on their Sunday clothes. They would drive in their mule-led wagon into town. They would go to the county courthouse. They would completely cancel out one another's votes. Then they would drive back and get back to work in the field, having never spoken about their differences. At the time that I'm recording this video, we don't know who was elected as president of the United States. It's going to take time. And there's a path to victory for both major party candidates. But you and I, friends, we've done our part. We have done our part. And now we wait. Now listen, I know that Ardmore Baptist Church is what many people call a purple church. There are deep reds and there are deep blues, and many of you care very passionately and deeply about your political perspective, and that's fine. But how we conduct ourselves from this point onward is what determines what kind of people we're going to be to ourselves and to our community. Do we believe that our true citizenship is wrapped up in everything happening here? Or do we believe that our true citizenship is invested in heaven, in the kingdom of God? I've seen multiple people post a quote from the founder of American Methodism, John Wesley. And I just love this quote. It comes from 1774. And he says this: "I met those of our society who had votes in the ensuing election and advised them, number one, to vote without fee or reward for the person they judged most worthy. Done. Number two, to speak no evil of the person they voted against. And number three, to take care their spirits were not sharpened against those that voted on the other side." That right now is you and I's job, friends. When the final results of this election are announced, if your candidate wins, don't gloat. If your candidate loses, don't despair. Because ultimately, as important as we believe this election might be, this is not what truly matters to those of us who are disciples of Jesus Christ. I love what Psalm 146 says in verse 3. "Do not put your trust in princes, in mortals, in whom there is no help. When their breath departs, they return to the earth. On that very day, their plans perish. Happy are those whose help is the God of Jacob, whose hope is in the Lord their God." So I just want to encourage you. We've done our part. We voted. And now it's time for us to put our hope in the resurrection and the life. To put our hope in the God that brings to us the virtues that we're going to be exploring together this Advent. Hope and peace and joy and love. The God of Republicans and Democrats. We've done our part. And now our job is to heal, to do our job to be ambassadors of reconciliation in the world. That's what we need. That's what the world needs. And that is what the gospel requires of us.